In 1960, when Domino's Pizza was opened for the first time, the entire day's sale was only $14. But who knew that a child who sold newspapers, who did not get the support of his father or the love of his mother, would one day own more than 18,000 pizza outlets? But this victory was not straightforward against the circumstances. Welcome to Malik TV's videos again. The pizza store, which was started with a loan, saw the mountains of countless problems in its journey of development. Sometimes the brother would leave, sometimes all the savings would be seen as fraud, sometimes as a partner's deception. And most of all, the name by which the store was opened was someone else's name. Lawsuits worth millions of dollars and countless viral videos that played with the reputation that Domino's owner had made years later. This is the story of Thomas Monahan, who faced all these difficulties and built a billion-dollar empire from scratch. On March 25, 1937, Thomas Monahan was born in a middle-class family in Michigan. His father worked as a truck driver and his mother worked in a nursing school. Only at the age of 4, the father passed away and the mother, who could not support the children, handed over Tom and his brother Jim to the government for 7 years. Tom's childhood was full of difficulties. He did not see the support of his father or the love of his mother. He only saw the strictness of government foster care and boarding school. Neither could he pass high school properly nor college. He got admission to Michigan University with great difficulty, but unfortunately, there was no money for tuition fees. Life was giving him all kinds of shocks. Finally, he started giving newspapers at home. From here, he started learning the basics of business and did not let go of any opportunity to save money. He was just a kid when he saw that even a little bit of his savings was a fraud. This was the point when Tom's brother Jim came to him with an idea, and this idea was going to change his life. Jim used to work as a postman in the post office, but to cover his expenses, he also worked part-time at a restaurant called Dominic Devity. A restaurant owned by Jim was closed in Michigan, and Dominic wanted to sell this restaurant at half price. At that time, he was demanding $500 for the restaurant, but the condition was that the restaurant also had a loan of $2,000, which the buyer would pay. When Jim brought this news to Tom, they both thought that why not buy this restaurant and work together. He took a loan of $900 from the post office and bought the restaurant from Dominic, but did not change its name. In return, Dominic gave him some recipes and also taught him how to make sauce. He decided to open the restaurant from 5 p.m. to midnight, so that Jim's post office job would not be disturbed and Tom's dream of going to university in the morning would also be fulfilled. He officially opened this restaurant on December 9, 1960, and sold it for $14 on the very first day. In the first week, he did not even have a phone, that is, all the customers came to the restaurant themselves. Then he also started a delivery service for which he hired 2 factory workers on commission. After 4 months, his one-day sale reached $107. But these sales were mostly due to the nearby college. When the college semester was over, the sales fell to $28. Jim used to spend very little time at the restaurant because of his post office job. In fact, he did not do any work. When the sales dropped, the 2 brothers started fighting, and at one point there was a fight. After 8 months of opening the restaurant, Jim left the restaurant. While in fact, this idea was his. In return for 50% of the share, Tom gave him a Volkswagen and fired him, which he had bought for pizza delivery. Jim happily took the car and left without knowing how much loss he had made. Now Tom became 100% owner of the restaurant. But it meant that now he would have to work full-time. That is, his dream of going to university was again incomplete. He would stay in the restaurant for many days and spend the night eating burnt pizza. Gradually, the restaurant sales began to increase again. He also hired 2 helpers, and now his daily profit reached $57. He would visit other pizza stores in his free time and keep researching the market. Meanwhile, the owner of an Italian restaurant became his friend and gave his famous sauce recipe to Tom. When Tom applied for Dominic, people loved the sauce and the sales started to go up again. Now someone gave Tom the idea to open another branch of his restaurant. But for this, Tom needed a partner to run his last restaurant, because now his brother was not with him. Finally, Tom found a partner. But this partner was going to ruin all Tom's hard work. One day, a man named Jim Gilmore came to Dominic, whom Tom immediately recognized. He used to run this city's famous restaurant. The two started talking about the restaurant business. Meanwhile, Tom told Gilmore about his plans that he wants to open a new branch. Now, because Gilmore also had the experience of running a restaurant, the two made a deal. The deal stipulated that Gilmore would pay $500 and get 50% share in the business. And he would run Dominic's first restaurant. But Gilmore said, "I don't have $500 right now. I'll give it to you later." But because Tom needed a partner, he agreed. Dominic's 50% partner Gilmore had become without any down payment. And he didn't give this money to Tom later. Tom opened his second branch and handed over the first branch to Gilmore. This was the point when Tom realized his mistake. Because he had given a 50% share of his business to an unknown person without any investigation. As time went by, the sales and pizza quality of the first branch both declined. And Tom suspected that Gilmore was secretly stealing money from the cash drawer. Jim Gilmore used to run 2 restaurants in the city. But he was used to drinking, which was why he went bankrupt twice. Tom thought he might have improved, but it wasn't. In addition, Gilmore cleverly added some conditions to the agreement he made with Tom, so that he was only a 50% share partner of Dominic's profit. Well, if there is a loss, all the loss will be paid by Tom. Now the situation was such that Tom started taking time on both the branches. And whenever Gilmore wanted, he would work. In short, Gilmore was taking unlawful advantage of Tom. Tom talked to him many times to end the agreement. But due to legal issues, he could not get rid of Gilmore. Finally, the matter went to court. Then Tom and Gilmore's partnership ended. But obviously, all the loss was paid by Tom. But it didn't mean that all Tom's problems were over. The next fight happened with a man whose name Tom was running his business. When Dominic saw that Tom was running 2 restaurants in his name and is also making good sales, so he started having professional jealousy. Finally, Dominic was also running a restaurant in his name in the city. And that's why the customers were also very confused. So he called Tom and said that now he should stop using his name. This news fell on Tom like lightning, because in promoting this name, he had done his blood, sweat, and tears. Suddenly changing the name meant that all Tom's hard work would be wasted. Someone advised Tom to keep a name that is similar to Dominic, because at that time people used to look for numbers in the phone book. And when the name will be similar, then the name of Tom's restaurant will also be on Dominic's page. For many days, Tom and his team kept thinking of a similar name to Dominic. But none of them understood. Finally, a pizza writer suggested a name, and that was Dominos. Tom liked this name very much. After that day, he started working under the name of Dominos, not Dominic's. Changing the name meant that now he would have to change the logo. So he simply started using the domino game tile as a logo. And because he had 3 stores at that time, he only put 3 dots in the tile. Next time you can tell anyone what the meaning of these 3 dots in the Domino's logo. Thomas Monaghan's pizza business had now got a new name. He worked hard to improve the recipe and make the business profitable. But the development of Domino's began with a strange incident. One day, many staff members of the restaurant took a day off. On this, Tom removed the extra things from the menu and only served pizza. This day Domino's benefited the most. Tom realized that a larger menu only increases the workload, while a smaller menu makes more profit. After that day, extra items were removed from the Domino's menu and only focused on pizza. Even the pizza was kept only 2 sizes, 8 inches and 12 inches. In addition, Tom noticed that customers have to keep extra staff by providing a dine-in facility, which increases work and reduces profit. To keep the pizza hot, Tom used the boxes of mattresses and revolutionized the delivery business. Not only that, but by using delivery pouches, he made the service even better. Remember that the delivery pouch in which the pizza is kept hot was first introduced by Domino's. Due to new innovations in delivery, Domino's took the lead over other restaurants. Competitors such as Pizza Hut's branches mostly used to provide a dine-in facility. Domino's prices were similar and their profit margin was higher because they did not have to spend on a dine-in facility. Tom had now been in this business for 7 years and Domino's was developing very fast compared to others. In 1967, he thought of franchising. New stores were opened whose location was close to colleges and military bases, where pizza demand was high. To advertise, instead of wasting money on mainstream media, ads were put up only in college newspapers, which were cheaper and more effective. In the next 2 years, 32 franchises of Domino's were opened. In the beginning, there were quality issues, but they were fixed later. By the end of 1969, 42 stores were opened in Michigan, Vermont, and Ohio. By 1978, more than 200 Domino's outlets were opened in America. It was very difficult to stop the success of Domino's. But then an incident happened that caused a lot of damage to Domino's. In the 1980s, everyone was crazy about Domino's delivery service. Seeing this, Pizza Hut and other competitors also started focusing on delivery. That is, Pizza Hut now wanted to come in direct competition with Domino's. To keep himself away from this thing, Domino's took a move to make its best delivery service even better. In 1984, Domino's started marketing that if pizza is not delivered in 30 minutes, then pizza money will not be taken. This move forced Domino's sales to grow like a rocket. This deal was beneficial for the customers in every way. Either they will get pizza soon, or they will get it for free. This campaign helped Domino's grow even more. In the 1980s, Domino's had 200 branches in America. It has now reached 5,000 branches globally, and it became the fastest-growing restaurant chain in the world at that time. But Tom didn't know that this move was going to fall on Domino's. In 1989, Domino's 17-year-old delivery driver had an accident with his truck in an attempt to deliver pizza quickly, and died on the spot. This incident was reported in the newspapers, and it was written that the 17-year-old died in an attempt to deliver pizza quickly. Obviously, in an attempt to deliver quickly, the drivers went against the rules and drove the car fast. As time passed, this news began to be highlighted in national magazines. A report was published in which it was said that 20 fatal accidents have occurred in a year due to Domino's fast delivery. In another incident, the driver hit a couple with a car, causing the wife's death on the spot. Due to this incident, Domino's had to pay $32 million as a fine. In 1993, another case came when the Domino's driver drove the car without caring for the red light, and the girl's backbone in the next car broke. This time, the court fined Domino's $78 million. Due to all these incidents, a lot of criticism began to be placed on the delivery service of Domino's. The campaign that had brought Domino's to this height of progress had now fallen on their necks. At this point, Tom finally announced the end of the 30-minute delivery campaign. Obviously, when any business is famous, it also becomes controversial. First, the accidents of the drivers, and then the Domino's Foundation. Because of all this, in 1998, Thomas Monahan sold Domino's for $1.1 billion. But the series of controversies did not end. In 2009, a video went viral on YouTube in which 2 Domino's workers were seen making pizza in a very unhygienic way. Sometimes they would tear the pizza and put it in the oven. Sometimes they would put a finger in their nose and knead pizza dough with their own hands. A total of 5 such videos were uploaded on YouTube, which shocked the reputation of Domino's among pizza lovers. Domino's contacted YouTube and requested to delete the videos, but YouTube refused. Finally, those workers were searched, which was not such a difficult task because their faces were visible in the video. They told that they were actually making a prank video, while no such pizza was sent to any customer. Because of this small joke of the workers, Domino's had to suffer a lot. But today, Domino's has 18,848 branches all over the world, more than 145 branches from Pizza Hut. When it comes to employees, Domino's has only 13,500 and Pizza Hut has 350,000. Domino's generates almost 4 times more sales than Pizza Hut in revenue. Let me also tell you that 30 million Domino's pizzas are made daily all over the world. Domino's chef Zagreus Jaff has once or twice set the world's fastest pizza maker record in his name, who surprised the world by making 3 large pizzas in just 70 seconds. I hope you will like and share this video of Malik TV. Thank you very much for your lovely comments. See you in the next video.